Hi everyone, welcome to Focal Point. We were talking about static and the dynamic scoping. We were working on static scoping. So what we have done was we have defined an integer in here, initialized, and saw what was the output. And then we have not given the definition in the stack space, and we have so in that case our output was the value of our global variable. So I have said that what will be the output of it if I have not even initialized the global variable. So there is a concept that when I have not initialized the local variable, then the default value was a garbage value. Okay, that means if our local variable is not initialized, I'm not talking about local static variable, I am talking about local, just simple local variable. So default value of our local variable is a garbage value, and default value of our static or global variable is 0. The default value of a local variable is a garbage value, but the default value of our global variable or local static variable will be 0. So when I'm talking about local static variable, that is also stored in the static space, and our global variable is also stored in the static space. So our static space variable, that are our global variable or our local static variable. Local static variable, when we defined static with this static keyword will be there, then that will be our static local static variable. So the global variable and the local static variables default value is 0, and simple local values default value is a garbage value. So in this case, when I have not given the definition of it in the local area, when I have not given the definition of it in the stack space, and I have not initialized our global variable, then 0 will be the output. Okay, so let's see whether it is output 0 or not. So I've run this code again and print the value. So let's see, this is our output, 0 is the output. So this is the concept of static scoping. So first our compiler will be searching for the variable in the function itself. So it will be looking for its definition and its initialized value. If the value is initialized, then it will be printing that value only, and if it is not initialized, then it will be printing a garbage value. If it is not any static variable, if it is local simple variable, then it will be printing garbage value if it is not initialized. And if the definition of it is not given, then it will be jump to the global variable and will be searching for the same integer a, and it will be printing that value if value is not defined, if value is not initialized, if value is not initialized, if the variable is not initialized, then it will be printing 0. So what if I have not even given that variable, I have not defined the variable in the global variables, in the global variable as well, then what will be the output of it? So let's see what will be the output of it. So let's run the code. So there is some kind of error, so it is undeclared there. So there will be an error if I have not given the definition of it and initialized in the local function, local space, or stack space, or we have not given the definition in the global space. So we have to give the definition of it in the global space if there should not be any error. And if I have not given the global definition or global variable, or we have just taken the integer a in the local itself, then of course the output will be 100 itself. It will not be going and searching for the global variable. It will be searching the variable in the local space itself, and it will print the 100. So this is the concept of static scoping. So what is the concept of dynamic scoping? We will be talking about that, but we will not be able to write the code for the same because our compiler is not defined, and the only conceptual question will be asked on the dynamic scoping. So let's see what is the concept of dynamic scoping in the next video. Thank you so much.